What's happening, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of the Boss podcast. Buzzing to do this. Obviously, it's a podcast where me and our amazing host as well, Paddy. Welcome to Boss, Paddy, lad.
Yeah.
And we're going to just talk about the Reds, talk about everything that's happened so far and everything we think's going to happen this season. And also, we're going to try and connect with you, the fans, and of course, we're going to try and give back to the community when we can through this pod. So yeah, nice one for watching, listening, whatever it is you're doing, and may as well crack on with the topic on everyone's lips at the minute, other than Wembley. It's the gaffer leaving, Jurgen going, and I still haven't processed it yet, Pad. I don't know about yourself.
Felt like someone in my family had died, lad. I'm not messing. Ask the lads in the gym, lad. When it happened that the thing started getting sent round about 11:30, didn't it, in the morning?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was on the mat saying and that. I went back over to my phone to just change the tune and looked and was like, I just had a quick scan of the group chat and was like, what's this? Clicked on it, I was like, gotta be a blag this. Yeah, no, I expected to click on the video and it'd be, know what I mean? That's what I expected, lad. I expected to click on the video and it'd be one of them and it just take the piss out of me in the gym. And then I clicked on it was actually Jurgen saying he was leaving, lad. It was just like...
It was a fucking bombshell, wasn't it? I mean, I was the same. I was, madly enough, I was in the car on the way to film with the lads from the Anfield rap. And I was on my way into town. And Lewis said to me, hey, the gaffer's left there, you know. And I went, as if, lads, you know what I mean? He went, nah, lad, look, it's legit, he's left. And the first thing I done was look at my phone to check that it was the 1st of April. You know what I mean? Because I thought...
Lad, a few people said that, you know.
Lad, I was thinking, is it April Fool's? The first thing I thought, this can't be true, you know what I mean? Because he signed his extension, 2022 until 2026, wasn't it? You know what I mean? So I thought, he'll honour that. Like, he's going nowhere, he loves it here. He said he loves it here, that's why he's staying. You know what I mean? And then it was mad, it was surreal, but then...
I've still got my head gone.
Yeah.
Still don't know what's going to happen. You still don't... I think everyone, all the fans are the same, lad. Everyone's like, what's going to happen here, lad?
To me, it was like...
He's our generation Shankly.
Yeah, he is. And I mean, I think, like, he's done similar to, like, in a modern world, what Shankly done. He took over Liverpool, struggling side. Or, like, we went in the second division, but we were a struggling side, desperate for, like, to be back where we belong, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he took us there. He's won everything that he could possibly win. His first manager to win the World Club Cup, you know what I mean? He's made us champions of the world, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, that was a belter to just say on it, you know what I mean? Champions of the world. There. And then, you know, he brought a Premier League title to Anfield, lads, for the first time ever. First league title in 30 years, you know what I mean? And it's not even just that though, like the backroom staff going as well. Bent me head, Pep Linders, everyone, they're all moving on. And I think we all thought that Linders was just going to step into his shoes and do it Paisley.
If you'd want to, if you were them, you probably want to go with Jurgen, don't you, and do whatever he's doing. But at the same time, like, I know what you mean, Pep Linders just stepping in, but do you think he's ready?
No, that's it. And he obviously doesn't think he's ready because he said it's time for him to go and manage now. That's what he wants to go and do in his interview. So I was like, but if you want to go and manage, why not manage us? But then I thought, well, obviously, he's got big boots to fill there, you know what I mean? He's worked closely to Jurgen, he's obviously seen, like...
You don't know if the club said, like, oh, we don't know if you're ready or not, know what I mean? Could have been anything like that.
Yeah, but I think he'd know if he was ready, do you know what I mean? And maybe he doesn't, you know what I mean? Because he had to go at managing, didn't he? He left us for a bit, and then he come back.
Yeah,
he went to managing...
Can't even remember that, mate.
He went to managing... he went to managing the Dutch League or something like that, lad. And he come back, but... Nah, I'm gutted about the old thing. I was on like a meet and greet tour when it happened that same night, you know what I mean? And for the next like few days, everyone was saying to me on a meet and greet was, like if they were a Liverpool fan, they were like, you gutted about Klopp. And even if they weren't a Liverpool fan, they were like, fucking hell, like, bet you gutted about Klopp there. And I was like, do you know what? I never even had the time to process it properly, do you know what I mean? Because they didn't have no time at all.
Everton fans and United fans gloating about it.
Well, one of my mates, Brady, and this is time to shame him, do you know what I mean? He's an unbelievable fella. But bitter Evertonian but want to be best mates, and I know you've got mates exactly the same.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Desi, you know,
I fucking know who he is as well.
Yeah,
tore me to pieces in your wedding, lad. Tore me to pieces in your wedding, lad, cunt. But yeah, Brady's text me obviously the day that Klopp's left, and he just put gutted about Klopp, lad, with all like laughing faces and that. So I thought, nah, I'm not letting you get the satisfaction here. So I texted him back and said, lad, I already knew me. I obviously never, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I was like, I already knew me, but I thought he'll believe that, you know what I mean? And I went, so I made me peace with it. I'm all right, me now, you know what I mean? All things must pass, sort of thing. And he put, lad, funny watching the meltdown, innit? Funny watching the meltdown. It's boss seeing everyone's head's gone. I said, yeah, lad, we get to watch that with you 3 times a season, bro. Do you know what I mean? I said, it is a belter. And then,
at least 3 times a season. And then being generous for 3 times a season.
Not half. 3 times a day. But you know, he didn't say about Klopp. He just said, we went with all laughing faces. That was his first text. So then he never texted me back after I said that to him. And then the next day they got knocked out of the cup to Luton, didn't they? Yeah. So I just sent him the exact same text. We mate with 3 laughing faces, you know what I mean? And he weren't too happy, obviously.
Yeah, he didn't get a response.
Yeah, he weren't the same. But yeah, lad, to be fair, like, you know, if I was a fucking Everton fan or a Man United fan,
it'd be made up.
I'd be fucking
leaving.
Buzzing.
Obviously, we're going to do multiple episodes of this, so we're going to dedicate a full episode to Jurgen.
Yeah, we're going to have to. It's only right, innit?
It is only right, lad. It's more than right.
Maybe we'll get him on.
He's the Messiah. And if we could get him on here, lad,
we'll get him.
Might be the first time you'd ever see me speechless.
Yeah, get him on this couch. Lad, do you know what? If he was here, lad, I'd let you sit on this couch.
I'd just be sitting looking at him like that.
Because I know how much.
I'd just be like,
all the people Paddy's met in his life. Who's the one fella you want to sit down with?
Yeah, Jurgen. Like, I reckon that could be the only person in the world that I could just be sit there, starstruck, just like.
Do you know what, lads?
Jaw it on the floor, like, oh my God, this is the Messiah.
Well, lads, he has done it, lad. I mean, I'll end on this before we move on to the next topic, but like, I haven't met as many mad people as you have, but like I've met a few fucking people in my life that I've thought, wow, do you know what I mean? Like
didn't think I'd meet these.
But I've never been like fully especially after the first couple of times, you know what I mean? Like meeting Robbie Fowler for me for the first time was like, what? And then you meet him a few times, then you meet Carrot and all that, and then you realise and you get comfy a little bit. And I've met loads of ex-Reds, ex-Liverpool players, and while it's been boss to meet them, I've never been gobsmacked, do you know what I mean? But even though I'd met all these people, every time, and even though I've met Jurgen like 4 or 5 times, every time I see him, lad, you start like just trembling. Yeah, he's got that thing about him, that aura where he just makes everyone in the room just go like, what? And like, the last thing I'll say is he's the best footy manager in the world, in my opinion.
Well, he is.
And yeah, it's not even an opinion.
Before we move on, the one thing I always say is people compare him with Pep, lad. Jurgen could do what Pep's done, but Pep couldn't do what Jurgen's done.
No, I don't think so.
End of.
Not with. I think Pep's always had a budget, and he's a great manager. Obviously, I'm not taking nothing away from him.
He's a brilliant manager, but he's a comfort zone manager.
Yeah, he is. Jurgen's done the dirty work with the future, with all his teams. Really, it's Mainz, Dortmund, and then us. It was never a fucking already a sparkling clean project, was it? But he's the best manager in the world, but he's an even better person than he is a manager, and that's saying something. So, like, we'll move on. You know what I mean?
Full episode for Jurgen in the future. You know that, the main man.
Yeah. Go with the transfer window as well. For, you know, like, obviously...
we never signed anyone in January, did we?
No. But even going back to the start...
It was a very quiet January for everyone, though, weren't it? Not many teams signed anyone in January.
Do you know what, lads? I'll be honest. January was a busy month for me, so I don't know if anyone's moved anywhere.
Lad, hardly any transfers happened in January. It's funny to say that the most high-profile move was Endo going to Ajax.
Yeah.
Obviously that's someone that we sold in the summer.
Yeah, Nat Phillips going to Cardiff as well. Absolute legend, mate. Absolute legend. But he's
the midfield rebuild was immense. Like,
I've got some notes here. I don't normally like taking notes, but would I fuck remember how much we've spent on players? To be honest with you, but like we've. 12 million
it's like 150, 160 mil on midfielders, weren't it?
Yeah, we've had 12, fucking help out, Matt, yeah. But 52 million we've got in, that's it. 52 million.
Oh, yeah, because we had like 4 players going for free, didn't we?
Yeah, so
and then we sold
Henderson
and sold Fabinho, and then...
That was it.
Milner,
Keita,
Firmino, Keita and Ox all went on a free.
He doesn't need the notes, this fella, does he?
No, lad, I remember the last game of the season last year. Remember they got them all out on the pitch?
Yeah.
And like, give them a round of applause, but then Because we didn't expect Fabinho and Hendo to leave, did we? That just happened. Where that Saudi league went mad and just started whipping dough out, lad. All the half the players like, yeah, I'll go and play for 600 grand a week.
Yeah, Henderson was a mad one, but I understand him leaving the club because he went away in the summer and you could tell he trained and he come back in the best shape I've ever seen him in. He was doing all boxing things and that, but then obviously he must have been told by the club that like he wasn't going to be playing every week because obviously we had like people like Szoboszlai, McAllister coming in, you know what I mean? And we were looking for other players in midfield as well. So he's obviously thought, well, I'm the captain, I've lifted everything, I've gone away, I'm still in boss shape, I can still do this, do you know what I mean? And he's probably thought, well, I'll just go and play footy and enjoy my last few years then if this is how it's going to be, you know what I mean? I understand that side of it, you know what I mean?
I understand the side of it where you're getting paid like 800 grand a week as well.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, let's be realists here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't care what country it's in, if you give me 800 grand a week, I'm more than likely turning up.
Do you know what though? Like, people will sit there and they'll say, oh yeah, nah, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that. But like, when
the offer's on the table, you don't know. But I'm just being perfectly honest, lad.
You know what I mean? You always are, and that's why we love you, P. But like, what I'll say to that, to anyone who challenges it is, I know a lot of people who do a lot worse for a lot less.
Yeah,
you know
facts,
what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's what comes down to every argument. And when you think about that, even if you are on your high horse, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about the human rights side of things and nothing like that. I'm just talking about the money side of things. You know, someone like Henderson who's lifted everything in the game.
Yeah, and Fabinho's won everything.
Fabinho won everything in the game. Are they within the rights to go and get what they deserve? But
yeah, because they've won everything. They don't need to do anything else. As you say, when it comes to European football, they've won everything.
Yeah,
they've won the Prem, the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League, the Super Cup, the World Club Cup. They don't need to go and win anything. They've won everything. So it's all about putting food on the table for your family then, isn't it?
It is, and their family and the next family and the next 10 families, to be honest with you. But to be fair to Henderson as well, he's went there, he hasn't liked it. And he's bought himself out the contract and you know what I mean, and that's like a moral thing to do, do you know what I mean? He hasn't just sat there and went, I hate this, so I'm just going to sit here and take the dough anyway. He's thought, nah, I don't want to be here, I'm not happy, my family aren't happy, fuck the money, like I'll go and play footy again, you know what I mean? And like, and proper footy, and like fair play to him for doing that.
The only thing about like then transfer, at least we got money for Henderson and we got a nice bit of money back for Fabinho. I don't like players going for free, lad. No. When I'm on Footy Manager, players don't leave for free. If they've got a year left on the contract or what, they get a new contract, lad. Even if it just means giving them a contract to sell them a year later, I make sure I don't lose out on money on a player, lad. To
put this into context as well with Paddy's Footy Manager addiction, and it is an addiction. I've seen it a few times.
The iPad's in my bed card there.
I know for a fact there is, lads. I went away with him on New Year, and I reckon he'd done about 3 seasons between New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I'm taking a piss, obviously, but Trent had retired, put it that way.
Yeah, I do get that far. Retired. On my iPad one, lad, the iPad one is just not as... Any Footy Manager players who are watching this will know exactly what I mean. Lad, I've got it on my iPad, yeah, and then I got it on my laptop, this season's one, and lad, it's just... Lad, it's like playing on a PS2 and then playing it on a PS5. Know what I mean? That's the difference, the detail and all that. And lad, my laptop's broke.
I knew you were going to go on to this.
Lad, so the last 3 weeks, lad, I've been playing on the iPad, and like the last few days I've just been like, this just isn't doing it for me. It's just not on the laptop.
Speak to Dan, lad. He's handy with computers. He'll box
lad,
it for you.
Dad, my mate's going to box it for me. It needs sorting, lad, so I can get back on it. But like, lad, if we weren't so injury prone, lad, I would have kept Keita, lad.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But he was just...
I think in
fact, lad, I'll be honest as well, I never ever forgive him. In fact, for that miss in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
I loved him up until that point in the Champions League final. And then when he tried to hit it with the outside of his boot in the fucking box, instead of just touching it and hitting it in the goal, I wanted to run on the pitch and I'd kick him. You know what I mean? Never mind fucking say your shit. So like...
Lad, I mean, I remember that moment myself. Like,
I thought, oh my God, this is it, 1-1. Yeah. And he tried to hit it with the outside of your boot. What are you doing?
I think what killed you with that as well is, you know, us in a cup final getting a goal that late on, or like at that point in the game, we're winning it, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? And that was, and with all the shit that had happened,
outside in the ground. Why are you hitting it with the outside of your boot, lad?
I think he took the brunt of that miss and everyone else's frustration on getting into the ground
you
at that
little
moment.
Dickhead.
Nabby, you know,
everyone loved him before that as well, and then he done that, and it was like, yeah, get him gone. Get him gone.
Yeah,
Get this little cunt gone.
Now be a part of the great sides of 2019 and 2020 through to with the Champions League and the league. But fucking hell, lad,
that miss, lad, I'll never forgive him for it. I won't ever. But the signings we brought in, lad.
Right. This is what I want to talk about. Who's your man out of the four? Szoboszlai. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, Szoboszlai's heavy.
Yeah.
And he's only young, lad. He's gonna be future Liverpool captain.
Yeah, he's got that it was mad when he come in because you're thinking, he's a young lad. He's from Hungary. He's played in Germany. He's obviously...
Hopefully he's the new Puskas.
Yeah, lad, you'd take it any day of the week, wouldn't you? But he's come in, lad, the first few games, lads. I remember Villa at home.
When he hit that ball, lad, Villa at home, when we absolutely slapped him about the park and won 3-0. But lad, when he hit that against Leicester and it hit the bar and went in, I haven't seen anyone hit a ball like that in a red shirt since Gerrard.
Since Gerrard,
that's what I mean, lad. I haven't seen anyone in a red shirt hit a ball like that since Steven Gerrard, lad.
Lad, he's got it in his lock. And I know it's gutted as well, because that goal against Chelsea was, if anything, that was what I wanted to see a bit more of him from. Yeah. Getting on the end of shit, making a run from deep. Yeah. Getting on the end of it, header, you know what I mean? Great ball in the box, you know what I mean? Bradley.
He's quality, lad. Yeah. That's Szoboszlai's quality. He had quite a few games, didn't he?
Yeah,
but then he got back into form. Yeah. But I think he's worth every penny. And then McAllister as well, lad. 35 mil, that was a bargain, that. Yeah. When people were saying at first in the summer and at 80 mil, I was like, what? Well, like the end of last season, I was like, 80 mil, that's steep, that. Yeah. But then when it actually got finalised as 35 mil, I was like, oh my God, he's a bargain, and he's proved it.
It's mad to think 35 million quid's not that much dough in it, you know what I mean? In today's market, you know what I mean?
Scary,
considering we signed Torres for like 27 million or something
we
like
signed
that.
Andy Carroll for 35 million, lad.
Fucking hell, yeah, so we did.
And Szoboszlai is definitely a bargain compared to that
no,
bin,
do you know
man.
what though, lads? I'm going to fight you on the Andy Carroll because that goal at
Wembley. The goal against Everton.
The goal at Wembley.
You were going to mention
I'm going to fight you on that, lad, because
that weren't worth 35 mil, lad.
It was, lad, I was...
For a Geordie bin, man.
Lad, I was five,
lad.
I was 5 rows behind it, and I ended up nearly on the pitch, lads. I remember it.
I weren't there, so it might be different for you, but lad.
I thank Sylvain Distin for that day, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nice one for giving us the ball back there, Sylvain, lad. That was a belter. But, like, McAllister, I think he's shown I think Bournemouth was the best game I've seen him. Bournemouth,
lad,
he ran the show.
He was a bit slow getting into it at the start of the season where he didn't look, but I think that's where obviously he's getting played in a different role. He was playing more attacking for Brighton. Now he's playing a little bit deeper. But he's starting to come into his own now, and I'm liking him even more. Yeah. But the one where I did surprise you out of them all was obviously Endo.
Endo, lads. Because, lad, he's ready.
He's being quality.
He's ready, lad.
You know what I mean? He loves throwing a challenge in. He can, as he proved against Fulham at home, lad, when he absolutely placed that into the top corner.
Scored a good header, didn't he, as well in the Europa League as well, I think.
Did. And he's only about this big.
Yeah, he's like I say.
But he was cheap, wasn't he? That's what I mean. Like, Jurgen's got an eye for a bargain. Like 18 mil or something,
yeah, season loan, isn't it? Or something that was a loan for.
Season loan, then and then we buy him.
Oh, right.
I think that's what it is anyway. Yeah. And like, that's more leadership in the changing room as well, lad. Because as we said before, Szoboszlai probably future captain. He's already Hungary captain. Yeah. He's Japan captain. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then the slowest one to get going at them all is Gravenberch. You know what I mean? But Gravenberch, but he's quality. Yeah, once again, I know of Gravenberch. I used to call him Gravenbranch because on a Footy Manager. He's a player I've always signed on it for years because he's always went heavy on it. And I hope he comes as good as he does on Footy Manager in real life.
I'll be honest, lad, I'd never heard of him.
He was in that Ajax team a few years ago, lad, and then he went to Bayern, but he weren't getting a game for Bayern. Yeah. But lad, his footwork is unbelievable, lad. When he's got the ball at his feet, he's quality. Yeah. It's just sometimes he looks a bit too lackadaisical. Yeah, like he's just
not sharp enough.
Yeah. But I know the Dutch players always look like that. They half look stoned. They all look just chilled, aren't they? They just, like, even Van Dijk, it looks effortless. You know what I mean? But sometimes it looks like he needs to put a little bit more effort in. Like he's just like stood there. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Gravenberch, he showed, like, there's games where he's come on and he's done that well, like City away, for example. But then there's other games where you'd expect him. I mean, he's had a good run in the Europa League. But
it's against lesser teams, isn't it?
Yeah. But like I say, so it's like,
I think he's gonna come good because he's only like 21, 22.
That's the thing. It's a young, Endo aside, that's a young rebuild. Yeah, you know what I mean? You've got 3 players out there. Well, all of them players are pushing. I was just about to say,
every player that left is at least 28, 29.
Yeah, they're all pushing 30 or above 30, aren't they? And then obviously Szoboszlai 22, McAllister 23, 24.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't try and say that I know how old he is.
Endo's obviously 30. But to be honest, I don't think Endo was a first choice. I think it was just more of like, we need someone who can sit.
Yeah, we need someone who can sit and do the number 6 role.
And he done the dirty work well in about, before he went away for about 5 or 6 games.
He did.
He grafted well, and he, like you say,
he does that stand like lad. At Anfield, that's what you've got to do first and foremost to get support, lad.
Yeah.
Work your ass off. As long as you try 100%, lad, we will cheer you on. That's why Nuñez, no matter what, he gets applause and he gets his name sung, because, lad, he gives us all. And that's what we think, lad. We all know. I am not the best footy player, lad. I would get ran rings round on that pitch, but, lad, I would chase every single fucking ball just because it's Liverpool.
And you'd argue with the ref on every single
thing. You'd be chasing everything. You'd be saying, even though I'm shit at footy, lad, I would be trying to fucking nail everyone, lad.
Well, it was like, even when Suarez in that first season, he weren't scoring. Like, when the goalkeeper on the other team used to get the ball in his hand, he'd stick his 6 fingers up straight away and he'd go,
and start 6 seconds
down and do it every single time. And I was just like, he's a belter. Do you know what I mean? Like, just shit like that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
One of us.
That was Sunday League tactics. I was doing that shit. Yeah, I was claiming for throw-ins when I kicked the ball out. You know what I mean? Like,
that's just the way it is. Like, you can't help it.
But yeah, like I say, I
thought it was a successful transfer window anyway, me personally.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at how, like, it was looking Lavia and Saido, and then how they've turned out so far. Do you know what I mean?
They haven't turned out very well. You've got to play
them in a cup final, obviously, soon enough, but, you know, like...
And with that Saido thing, the way it was like, oh, Liverpool have put that bid in. Adam, I think we only put that bid in so Chelsea had to pay more for him.
Yeah.
I don't think we was actually going to pay 105 mil for him. Like,
no.
I think we just done that so Chelsea had to put more dough in.
I hope that's the case, because I was never... I mean, look, McAllister's, you know, he's improving game by game. But, like, for me, going after 2/3 of Brighton's midfield isn't the way to make the next step. Do you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Like, you know, who am I?
But like, since the start of the season, I don't watch that much German football, but obviously I've been watching a little bit of it even more now because of the news, and I've been watching a bit of Leverkusen. Lad, I've been saying for a few months, get that Frimpong, because he's got a release clause. Well, he might not have a release clause, but I'm footy manager, he's got a release clause. So, like, he's a right back, and I was thinking we get him, put Trent sitting then, know what I mean? But now we don't even need to do that because we've got Conor Bradley.
Lads, the young whippersnapper.
Lad.
Yeah,
changing games in, mate.
Yeah. Well, lad,
we missed him at Arsenal away.
Yeah,
terribly.
100%, lads.
Terribly.
100%. And I reckon he just stood up well against Matt. Like,
he did.
Matt, you know what I mean?
He did in the game against, in the Emirates. Yeah. Know what I mean?
And I had, just before I move on off that, though, I had a mate who's a Bolton fan who used to work on my socials and that. And he goes home and away with Bolton. And when we signed him back at the start of the season and we didn't give him back to Bolton, he texted me and he was like, lad, he was the best player in our side last year.
Yeah, didn't he win the player of the year or something like that? Or the
fans player and like players player or something like that as well. And he's only 19 when he done that, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, that's a decent level to be playing at. He's, you know, he's obviously man enough. It's the Championship, you know, it's a hard league to play in, obviously, do you know what I mean?
I think they're League One, you know, I think it's even
League
rougher.
One, well,
sure, Bolton League One, so it's even rougher.
Even better as far as I'm concerned, do you know what I mean?
Probably would have been getting volleyed and that while he's trying to get the ball off people.
He's had an apprenticeship, looks like it's done that Gerald Quantas, no army, they're playing in the lower leagues, do you know what I mean? But, like I say, Bradley was... he told me that he was a player, so I don't know if I might have said it to you earlier on in the season when I was talking about it, or it might have been Tony or someone, but I said, I reckon Bradley's going to come into the fold this season because we've took him back and he's done that. And I reckon that's why, I said last season...
That's why we haven't signed the right back.
That's why Trent's going into midfield and we haven't gone for the right back, but, you know, we'll see. But moving on to the performances this season and that, what's been like your standout games so far?
Chelsea at home, lad. Chelsea at home, Villa at home. We played them off the park and we beat them 3-0. And Chelsea at home, that was just... We shouldn't have even conceded, lad, but that was a clinical strike from their player, lad. Know what I mean? We should have beat them about 6-7-1.
Yeah, I feel like all season, like I've been saying to people and people have been saying to me, we haven't even like really got out of second gear yet. It hasn't clicked. But I feel like that was the night where it clicked.
It was.
You know what I mean? And like, it's almost a bit of a bittersweet because we never went on to Arsenal then and done the business there. Do you know what I mean?
Lad, I thought we were going to go and beat them.
Yeah, I did myself, especially after that game. But I mean, obviously, like Chelsea was probably, I think undoubtedly the best home performance at Anfield this season in the league.
A big game that sticks out for me, lad, it's just because they're the types of games where you win the league. Fulham. and Newcastle away.
Newcastle away, that was going to be mad.
They're the type of games where you do end up winning the league.
Yeah.
If you're doing that in the extra time and like flipping it, you're getting beat 3-2 and 90 seconds later you're winning 4-3. You're doing shit. I turned to my dad where I've been going the match with my dad, lad. My dad, we haven't lost a game and my dad's been. Know what I mean? Since my dad started coming with me.
To add to his legend.
Yeah. And I turned to my dad and was like, joke this, Dad. You're gonna the run's gonna be over. Know what I mean? Then literally within a minute and a half, like, we were winning 4-3. Endo and Trent, and it was just like, wow. And I was just going bananas, going, we're gonna win the league.
The thing about them games was as well, it seemed like, because we've got, like we were talking about the new players, we've got a young team and that, but like you've still got them veterans almost, and like it's mad that you take like Trent as a veteran now, you know,
even though he's only like 23 or something.
Yeah, like you think like Trent, Van Dijk, Salah, Alisson, all play big parts in them games. Do you know what I mean?
They do,
like especially like Newcastle away. You know, like you talk about Salah's assists there to Nuñez. Do you know what I mean?
As you say, like there's games as well though where like that Palace away.
Harvey Elliott.
We was terrible, and then Harvey come on and just changed the game.
Which he done on.
He does all the time.
He done on the weekend.
That's the thing. It's mad. It's
City,
like
Newcastle.
It's like he likes coming on off the bench more than starting a game, because when he comes on off the bench, he just changes a game every single time.
Yeah. Whether he likes it or not.
I know it's whether he likes it or not. I don't know, lad, but it looks like he likes it. Know what I mean?
He's a great impact player, but I think Harvey's one of the most intelligent players in the squad, mate. You know, as a football brain.
And he's got to be that smart, because he's so small for a professional footballer. 9 times out of 10, when you're that size in like an academy, they're like, oh, he's too small. But that shows how good he actually is a footballer. Yeah,
what I like about Harvey is as well, like he never looks twice, do you know what I mean? He knows where the men are, and his technique, he's looking to get it out of his feet and move the ball. He won us
that game, like, you know what I mean? Palace away, lad, without him, we don't win that game.
Yeah, and even the other day, like, he come on in the second half, first substitution that I've seen Jurgen make, bang on half time in a while, by the way. It's normally like 60, 65. He's on the left-hand side, but he's taking the full-back inside with him. And, you know, Jones, Diaz, whatever, they're operating on. I thought he was brilliant, mate, when he come on in other ways than just the 2 assists. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, we needed him to come on and just get the ball at his feet and get it short and just, you know what I mean, keep popping it off dead quickly, because I think that's what he does. But
obviously, though, bad results this season. I think drawing 0-0 with United at home's worse than losing to Arsenal.
Yeah, it was frustrating, the United one, like, because
they were playing like they were 3-0 up, I thought, already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no urgency about actually scoring. It's like they were already winning.
I think
they did come for a draw, like, but if you're Ten Hag, you're going to come for a draw when you got beat 7-0 last season.
Exactly, yeah. I think anyone who thought we were going to slap them 7-0 again, United were never going to let that happen, you know what I mean? But, yeah, it felt like both teams were a bit scared to, like, commit. Do you know what I mean?
The Arsenal game as well. You know what I mean? Like, their points we shouldn't have dropped. You know what I mean? The Arsenal game, the United game.
The Arsenal game was a blow, because I think obviously Szoboszlai, you're expecting him to go in there and cover every blade of grass on the pitch, aren't you? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then obviously you lose him to injury, and Gravenberch comes in to do that. Yeah. And, like, we lost the game in midfield there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, as far as I'm concerned.
Should have, lads. You can't. I said after the game, you can't even moan at Trent, because he scored that many goals that we've needed to get points in that. Yeah. But like that in the bar there, I was just like, how's that just happened?
It was a blow, Arsenal. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said.
Yeah, that's the only thing. What's going to frustrate me from this season. Yeah. Like, we only got a point off Arsenal.
But also, you got to talk about, like, Tottenham as well.
No, lad, I don't even know if I want to talk about Tottenham.
Yeah, but lads, you've got to, because we have been like this. Everyone says we always moan about, like, whatever, but. You know, we have been the most team, especially towards the top end of the table, who's had points affected by VAR decisions, do you know what I mean? Like, that's
I'd imagine we end up losing the league by a point.
Lad, do you know what I mean? First
or
of all,
on goal difference because of a point.
First of all, Curtis Jones rolls over the ball. You know what I mean? His foot rolls, like, slips off the ball.
That's happened like 3 times since this season. No one's been sent off.
No one's went for it. You only ask for consistency, don't you? You know what I mean? If he's got to go and you're telling me that in a new rule is a sending off.
Well, every other person that does it from now on should be getting sent off. End of.
Any time that goes to VAR, they should say, well, Curtis Jones. You know what I mean? And then it should just be...
People are probably going to laugh at me saying this, but I'm not asked. VAR is just modern day match fixing. It's just legalised match fixing if they want to.
Well, you look at the Tottenham thing and
it is like that.
Just think,
know what I mean?
look at that fucking line that they drew for the Diaz goal.
It's a fucking joke.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, and then have you read the footage?
No, yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, goal given, and they're like,
nah. Someone did end up being a bit of murder over that as well, because two of them, what were meant to be doing that, were having a scran, and they're not meant to eat until like after the game. You know what I mean? So like, it was all meant to be all murder over that.
Again, because you've got.
But lad, it does my head in the way all the fans call us Liverpool, when we're the team that gets affected by it more than anyone.
I know, but fans who aren't Liverpool fans genuinely don't like Liverpool.
They don't. They all hate us, lad. Know what I mean?
On everything. But yeah, like I say, I think them shouts have calmed down a little bit now, because there's your fact. That
Tottenham one's blatant. Like,
but there's your fact in order. What about the Arsenal?
I had a feeling, I'll be honest though, I had a feeling that we, I was thinking, oh my God, are we going to like end up, apart from that Tottenham game, go unbeaten this year? Yeah. And imagine that's the only game what stops us from being like the Invincibles. That would have killed me. So it's a bit better that we've lost a fair game. I've said that myself. It's a bit better that we've lost again, because if that ended up being the one game what stopped us from getting a goal Premier League trophy, there'd be riots in the streets.
With the older guard on ball, lad, talking of Michael Jordan before, lad, he's practically playing basketball there, lad. Do you know what I mean?
And he come out days later, didn't he, and said, oh yeah, that should have been a penalty.
Yeah, but it's not good.
It doesn't matter now, does it? Because we've only got 1 point instead of 3, and we're second and not first.
The thing that I point to is, you say, oh, days later, you've got the time and the resources to stop and look at that and go, nah, like, why did, when you looked at it the next day, did it make no sense? The one what done me head with
the Tottenham one, lad, is they were like, oh, we can't go back now, when it was 30 seconds later, when last season or the season before, Man United against Brighton, I think it was, the final whistle being blew, the game finished 2-2 or something like that. They went into the changes and the ref got them to come back out. Remember that?
No.
Like, they went back to the changes. The ref got them to come back out for United to take a pen. And they scored them 1-3-2.
I know.
I know that happened. I hope I'm not making that up. And I'm 100% certain that happened a few years ago.
You can't be making that up, can you?
I think it was the first season VAR come in, lad, because the game ended and then they brought them fucking back out, lad, and they had to take a pen.
That's fucking bananas.
And then saying that they can't go back for the Diaz goal 30 seconds later because they've said play on. Like,
so they were in the dressing room?
Yeah, they'd walked off.
Were the fans still in the ground?
Oh yeah?
Would have been a belter if all the fans had left, like,
yeah,
and
would have,
get to see it.
Bums.
Man bastards. But yeah, there you go. Would that ever happen if it was Liverpool?
No, that's what I'm saying. That'd only happen with Man United or Man City or something like that. So, you know what I mean?
Some player performances this season we've already spoke about. Harvey Elliott, we spoke about. Conor Bradley, coming in and doing his job, about 5 assists in all comps and a goal. That's stupid. But Nuñez, lad, you love him, I love him.
We all love him, lad.
I think he's a crazy bastard.
I do, but what we do need to stop doing in the ground, really, we need to stop going Nuñez when he misses.
Yeah, because I think it's out for a
or it's the ball, because I think it's encouraging him. Know what I mean? To just keep doing that.
And look, there's always get behind the team. I'm not saying say you shit, but I do. I mean, sometimes the thing that gets me about it is sometimes like another player has been more heavily involved in the attack, and they've like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they've won more. The ball, he's beat the man, he's played the ball through, and then Nuñez has missed. And then everyone screams his name, and you think, fucking hell, whoever, Alexi McAllister there is just done something absolutely world class, and he's getting no recognition for it, you know what I mean? Because look, I love Darwin, and my fiance Rachel loves Darwin. She defends him to like, I've never known Rach to like
to play so much.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, lad, she's like proper, like, if I'm watching a match in ours, and I go, oh, fucking hell, Nuñez, lad, come on, lad, you've got to be better than that. She's like, leave him alone. Leave him alone. You know what I mean? See how hard he's trying. Leave him alone. Look how hard he's trying. Look how much it means. And then you look and you do think, do you know what I mean?
That is why we love him, man, because as I said before, lad, he works his ass off.
Like I say, even like at the time when he headbutted that fella.
Well, I was thinking, you little scouser.
Yeah, I think we all were at the time. But then,
I had two thoughts. Like, one half of my brain was like, yes, you fucking scouser, you're one of us. And the other half of my brain was, you fucking stupid cunt. We're going to have to play the rest of this game with fucking 10 men.
Well, mine was the other way around, where I thought, we're even that game. Did we have Man United the next week? And I was like, we haven't got a forward. You're the only forward we've got fit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for the front line. You just got yourself,
fucked it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You started well. What the fuck have you done that for? But then when I look back to the replay, the thing about it, what made me laugh was, what made me like fall in love with what he done was the fact that like he went for it first, and like the centre half says to him, look, hey, like you won't fucking do that again, you know what I mean? Like, and he's just like, what, who won't, man? Fuck off, do you know what I mean? And sniff one of them, lads, do you know what I mean? And he's just at his fucking forehead, do you know what I mean? And he just thought, you know what, lads?
Madness,
well, that's like, that's what, if someone said to you, lad, what, you won't do nothing, you fucking muppet,
you do
know
want
what
to
I mean?
do it more,
do it, aren't you? And like, he's just reacted, and you try, I'm not being funny, people say to me about swearing and that, like, especially like when I'm on stage and that, and I say, lad, you try riding that adrenaline.
Yeah,
and
you can't
you're the same, lad,
right,
you know
I'm
what
the
I mean?
same, lad. If you just end up swearing, it just comes out.
Sometimes you say and do things you wouldn't normally do, but you die on adrenaline, know what I mean? And like, I mean, imagine fucking playing in a game at Anfield, 60,000 people all going, Nuñez, you're going to want to throw the head on someone, you know what I mean? But, lad, yeah, like I say,
and as my half fella said it, lad, my half fella was like, lad, when it clicks with him, he's just gonna explode. Lad. Like he's just gonna not stop scoring. Lad, like and he's right. Like I think as well when he gets the ball and when he has time to think about it, he fucks up. And when he's got like 3 seconds to actually think about it, when the ball gets hit to his feet and he has half a second, boom, snapshot, he does well better.
That's why I think he's more of a reactive player.
Yeah, he's more of a reactive player than like if he's got too much time to think about it, his head scrambles. Feels like when you're watching him.
I think because, I don't think that would normally happen, but I think because he's missed so many, when he does have time to think, he probably puts himself under more pressure.
Lad, he's never missed a penalty before.
No, and then
he missed that one against Chelsea. It's the post. Hit the woodwork 4 times in a game.
About it,
I couldn't believe that when someone said to me after it, that's the first time since Off the Record began that someone's hit the woodwork 4 times in a game.
Yeah, well, you just know, don't you? Even just off the headbutt, he's a player who very much lives within his own head. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like,
Well, another thing this season, now he can speak English, can't he?
Yeah,
so like his link up play, that's the thing I think he doesn't get appreciated enough for, to be honest, lad. Where like obviously Haaland's an out and out goal scorer. Yeah. He's not getting you any assists or any build up play. No.
Well, lad,
but Nuñez is
he's double figures back, for both goals and assists.
He's tracking back into his own half, lad, and working into his own half, winning the ball back and then getting it up the other end of the pitch. Yeah. He's not just like, it's for link up play, Nuñez as well. I think Nuñez fits in our team better than Haaland would. Just for that reason.
Yeah, for the work that he does. And like the goals and the assists that he contributes to, not just like, the last of 5, do you know what I mean? Like the other day against Burnley, we needed to get that next. We needed that next goal, do you know what I mean? Because they were. And
as we said, like he scores the hard ones and misses the easy ones. That header the other day was hard.
Yeah, but even the assist for Szoboszlai at Sheffield United away, just missed the sitter before, and you're like, lad, what are you doing? Yeah. And then he wins the ball back. Plays a ball over the top to Szoboszlai last minute, 2-0, game 1.
Yeah, game
you know
over.
What I mean? Instead, that
and he had you're right, just missed the sitter, hadn't he? And then he got it back out on the right.
And that like will to just keep going, that's what we love. But also like the timing that he's doing that last few minutes there at Burnley and Anfield could have been a lot different the other day had he not scored that goal. It could have been under. They missed a couple of chances anyway. Could have been under loads of pressure, but at the same time as well. The goal against Sheffield United, that's just one, for example, do you know what I mean? Obviously the 2 important goals at Newcastle, but the one at Sheffield United, that assist, that could have been a dodgy end to the game at Sheffield United, do you know what I mean? If we're only 1-0 there, the minute you put 2 past them, there's stuff and it's gone then, you know what I mean? And it's like, but like, you know, I mean, I don't want to go into stats too much, you know, like he's ranked, he's ranked number 3 in goals per 90, you know, in the Premier League, 20.
I knew he'd be that one.
Yeah, you
ranked
know
number 1 for offside.
But expected goals per 90.
Give him his lad. I've never seen a man offside so much. You know, lad. How does he get caught offside so much?
Yeah, 19 offsides this season.
My 17-year-old nephew wouldn't get caught offside that much.
Yeah, and the shots on in the woodwork, number 1.
Yeah, see it 9 times, and the second person in second place has only got 3.
and shots on target. Shots on target. It tells you 2 things to shots on target though, bro. Because like, alright, he's second at Liverpool, obviously behind Salah, and second in the Premier League, probably behind Salah. Do you know what I mean? In terms of shots on target. But
that's keepers saving them.
Yeah.
But after that's the only thing most of the time. He hits it right at the keeper. Yeah. I think he's trying to meg them sometimes, lad, but he hits it right at the keeper sometimes. It
tells you obviously his finishing needs work, but it also tells you his movement's really good because he's getting all his chances. Do you know what I mean? Like, so like, there's 2 ways you look. The glass is half empty or half full, but like with Nuñez, I reckon like he's done enough for us to say that the glass is half full. Do you know what I mean? Like,
the glass will be even fuller if he stays on fucking side.
Yeah.
Stay on side, lad.
Yeah, lad. I mean,
as I say, we all love him anyway, lad. So imagine he started staying on side, lad, and actually banging them in. As I say, when my dad said it, I was like, yeah, he will. He's going to explode or something.
Yeah. But like I say, Nuñez is the fucking boy, isn't he? He's like, he reminds you of Suarez. He's got that South American, that's just weirdly like that South American attitude, like a Scouse attitude as well. Do you know what I mean?
He don't give a fuck. He just want to win.
Winners. Do you know what I mean? And they're willing to do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes to win.
And he's one of them players where if he's on your team, you love him, and if he's against you, you hate him. Like Diego Costa, like all of them sorts of players. Do you know what I mean? Pepe, Sergio Ramos, all them.
But when they're for you, lad, you love them.
Yeah, all of them winners. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I used to rate lad like that. Bratislav Ivanovic,
he
used to put a shift in for Chelsea.
You know what I mean?
He used to put a shift in as well. Suarez bit him, in fact, didn't he?
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
To take on this Ivanovic, lad, do you know what I mean? I'm no fighter, lad, but fucking hell, lad, I would fancy with him. But yeah.
What was going to talk about? Van Dijk being captain, lad. I think he was suited for the role anyway. He should have been anyway, to be honest.
I think it's given him like the confidence boost as well, because like there's certain things last few years with Van Dijk where like there's times where like
this season's been his best season since he has got injured.
Defo.
By a mile.
And there's times where like in the last few seasons, and maybe it's confidence with his knee as well, but like when the ball's coming into him, he's knocked him out for throw-ins, and you'd think he'd have turned on that before he was injured.
Yeah.
And like now, I don't know if it's confidence from the skipper, being a skipper, confidence from his knee, but he looks that cool, fucking cool Dutch bastard.
Like it's just not asked, like he's just playing, cool just easy work.
Cool Dutch mofo, as always, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, sometimes people criticise him for being like too cool,
too nonchalant.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but like, that's who he is as a player, like, you know what I mean?
As I said earlier, like, that's just the Dutch.
Yeah.
The Dutch
in
general.
It's in the tuning, innit? Calm as you like, you know what I mean?
I'd look at, like, I swear, going back and look at, like, Ruud Gullit and Van Basten and that. Like, it just doesn't look like it.
Look effortless.
Yeah. They just make it look like they're not even trying.
Yeah, not half. He's the best centre-half I've seen with my own eyes. And, you know, like,
same.
And, like...
That goes without saying.
And people even say, like, you know, Anson, Phil Thompson, but I've seen people putting them in that bracket as well, from that way back when. Not everyone, because our fellas are stubborn.
We can't, lad, can we?
We can't, but do you know, as Van Dijk's skipper, I mean, like, it was always going to happen. I think everyone knew that one day he was going to be the captain.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But Joe Gomez, lads.
Joe Gomez has been phenomenal.
Lads,
left and right back.
I weren't his biggest fan. I think he's more of a utility left, right back rather than a centre half myself, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But lad,
that season where him and Verge, lad,
they
were unbelievable together.
He was brilliant.
But then he got injured, didn't he? And Matip come in and just never got his place back.
Matip's
a quality player. Now, lad, he is right back or left back, lad. Joe Gomez is sound.
Yeah, he'd be my first choice, like, depth for Andy Robertson, personally. Gomez, do you know what I mean?
He would over to Miscus.
Yeah, taking on away from him. I love his attitude and that, you know what I mean? But, like, I just think Gomez is a bit more experienced, and he is more experienced, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a bit... I feel more safe with Gomez, but Gomez and Curtis Jones are two players who, like, I've been waiting for them to come into their own.
It was the back end of last season for me with Curtis Jones. With about 10 games to go or something, it was literally like someone had said to him, it was like Linders or Klopp had said to him, listen, lad,
what are you waiting for? This is your time.
You need to step up, lad, and if you don't, lad, you're gone in the summer. It was like someone had said that to him, lad, because with like 10 games to go last season, 15, whatever it was, lad, he just turned it on and just started playing unbelievable, and he's continued his form onto this season. To be honest, he looks quality.
I agree with you, Pad, to be honest, and I'm like, I've never been like, not a fan of him, you know what I mean? But I've always been waiting for him to do what he's doing now. And like, I've always been like reserved with me praise for him, because obviously he's a scout. Yeah, and because you're a scouser as well, lads. Do you know what I mean? You want scousers to be like the main men in your team, don't you? You know what I mean? You're rooting for them to do that, you know what I mean? So, like, I've always thought, like, not saying he's a passenger or not like that, because he was a young lad, you know what I mean? But I was always waiting for him to develop.
I know what you mean. A couple of years ago, he was a bit of a passenger, but now he comes into play and takes the ball off people, don't he? And asks for it, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's like, boom, give me it there, and he turns on it. Where a couple of years ago, he never had the confidence to do that, because obviously he was playing in a team that had won everything, and he was with all crazy superstars.
Yeah. It seems like he's matured a bit as well, do you know what I mean? Like, as a person maybe as well. I mean, not that I know him, but from his interviews and stuff like that, he definitely looks like he's matured, and like I'd be buzzing to see like obviously we don't know what's going to happen with Klopp and who's going to come in, but like be buzzing to see like a Trent, you know, Jones, Elliott, Bradley, these young players like in the next few seasons.
They need to stay like.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. I'd love to see them like homegrown. Like I know he signed Elliott and that, but like still homegrown. He signed with 15, 16, know what I mean? Like still, and he's a Liverpool fan, he's one of us. You want to see them kick on now, don't you? And like really like be the next like Gerrard Carragher.
That's lads, what we want.
You know what I mean? Fowlers.
And
like
Concert
the local,
and all that,
yeah.
like team players who've come through the academy. Do you reckon Salah's he's looked good all season, like, know what I mean? Doesn't look like he should be leaving and going to a different like the Saudi league, but
I think he'll go.
Everyone keeps talking about it, don't they?
I think Salah will go. I hate to be a miserable twat, but I reckon Van Dijk will go as well. I reckon, to be honest, unless I think if we get Alonso in, maybe like Van Dijk could be convinced to stay by Alonso. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And if it's further still, if like I think like if Alonso comes in and says, "Look, you're my captain still," do you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. I want to play out from you and this, that, the other. Then yeah, I reckon you might get him to stay. But I think if we don't get a high profile manager in, players like Van Dijk, players like Salah, who are high profile players, I feel like they'll go.
I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, lads, the thing with Salah as well this season, I don't think he's played that well. Like he's just
by
scored.
His standards.
By his standard, he hasn't played well at all, lad. But he's just scored.
The goals,
know what I mean? The goals. Like that's the thing with him, lad. And I don't think you can ever replace that. No matter how much we sell him for, lad. You can never replace Salah because of what he did, the goals he scores. That's ridiculous. No
Given
winger.
the opportunity, I'd keep the both of them for as long as possible.
Scores goals like that, lad. It's scary.
Yeah, and lad, you want keep them both for as long as possible. I say, but you want like players like even when they are starting to lose legs a little bit and blah.
Get them in the coach and stuff.
You just you want them for the big games. You want them for to be around the young players. Do you know what I mean? And obviously there comes a time where it's like, how much money can you pay them doing this when you can earn all that dough somewhere else? Do you know what I mean? But if obviously I'm a Liverpool fan and these are the greatest Liverpool team that I've ever seen, so for me I want them to stay.
Yeah, I'd say lad there, I'd love Van Dijk to just end up like retiring at us and staying on the coaching staff and all that, lad. Know what I mean? Because he's got the philosophy already off Klopp and like all the stuff that we've already been doing. Yeah.
Well, what's your front three and your midfield three then?
Well, lad, now I'll be honest, lad, now with this
fully fit.
All fully fit. Now with this Bradley in the team, I'm putting Trent CDM.
Yeah, in the number 6.
Yeah, in the number 6.
And who's the other two? McAllister. Yeah. Right, and what about your front three? Who have you got?
You can't not pick Salah.
You can't not pick Jota at the minute.
I know. And Diaz.
Would you go Diaz left?
It's Diaz or Nuñez, isn't it? You know what I mean? But
I'd go Nuñez left.
I'd go Nuñez on the left and then Jota. I'm happy with that. Like
Jota reminds me like a Michael Owen lad.
He just, do you know what I mean? Doesn't miss.
He's for his size, he's amazing in the air.
I was about to say, lad, that the other day, it's like, how are you winning that when you're the smallest player in the box?
Left foot, right foot finishes, doesn't matter. Do you know
he doesn't miss like Jota.
Nah, he's a fucking top, and he scores the first goal always.
That's probably what, it's just like who'd you put on the left, because Nuñez is a striker, but he can play on the left, and Diaz is a proper left winger.
I think Nuñez is more effective on the left. And as much as I love Luis Diaz, I do think like that this season a bit when he's been out there, I actually prefer Diaz a bit more on the right when I've seen him, because I think he's a bit more, he's only got one way to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whereas like when he's on the left, I think the players just show him inside and he's running into a fucking maze of men all the time.
He is doing that a lot this season.
I feel like Nuñez, for some reason, finds I don't know whether it's because players aren't as conscious about it, but Nuñez finds a way to go both ways. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, I just feel like his work rate at the back, all right, his link-up play is not as good as Diaz's coming out from the back, but his work rate at the back is much higher. I feel like, or like from what I see, it seems to me like he does it, you know what I mean? But
if you haven't got Bradley in the equation here and Trent's right back, who would you have? Who's your midfield three there? I reckon if obviously it's McAllister and the Szoboszlai, and if Gravenberch was fitter, because I still don't think he's 100% fit where he hardly played last season. I reckon it'd be Jones.
At the minute, based on experience, and based on what I've seen this season in big games and that, I might go, and it might be a bit controversial.
Endo.
I might go Endo, in the defence, in the olden role.
That's what I mean.
But then I don't...
McAllister and Szoboszlai, that's where it, like, McAllister's... I think the first half, this like the first bit of the season, McAllister didn't look that great, and it was because he was playing in that role. Like he's usually a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
Like for Brighton last year, Caicedo was doing that role, and he was in front.
He was playing amazing money. Yeah.
But now for us, obviously, he's been sitting where we've had no one else. And I understand exactly what you mean there with Endo there, and them two in front. We create much more up the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, I don't know, because my midfield would change on
depending who we were playing,
because I think some games Harvey should start, Jones should start.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, I feel like it's not always like to just go with the lads who seem to be.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Lad, the young kid who played the other week, who was McConnell, lad, he looked unbelievable, lad.
Tackles, he's munching people.
He's a bit of me, him, lad.
Yeah, lad.
Little Lucas Leiva, CDM, just
well, lad, that's all I could ever do, tackle. You know what I mean? So let's fucking, and not timed either, you know what I mean? But like, that was my game, you know what I mean? Like a little dog in the middle of the park. But he the other thing about him though, when he had because I was sat with you for that game, you know what I mean? And he had composure on the ball.
Yeah, every time he got the ball, he was doing the same as what you were saying before. He kept turning on it, where he just like bum pass it away. He kept turning on it, moving into space.
And he was bringing fullbacks into playing that quite well. But even like mad one we haven't even spoke about, Baddy Pimblett.
Weird the way I was just about to say, what about Stefan Bajic, whatever his name is. I'm sorry, I can't say his name. What's his name? Bajic.
I think it's Bajic.
It's mad because he's Spanish, isn't he?
Yeah, but has he got English or
I don't know what it is.
Serbian? Is it Spanish?
But lad, I think it's he's Spanish. I think that's what it is. But lad, last season when he got put in the team, lad, he looked phenomenal. Lad, it was like, oh my god, leg Fabinho, let's get this kid in. You know what I mean? And then he got injured. And he's been injured ever since.
Yeah.
And he's just getting fit again now, so lad, imagine when he comes back and we've got him to slot in.
Exactly. And but the sad thing about the sad thing, just to tie it up with all these player performances and that, the sad thing about it is, although like you've got all these players who fit in so well to Klopp's system, and now the system's gonna go. So like you're talking about these next years, you don't know if like a new manager's gonna come in.
Did you see that thing? What Carragher was talking about on Monday Night Football?
Well,
he's got like a graph up of like the top 5 leagues and like the amount of passes to teams play, and like short passes, and like Leverkusen play more short passes than anyone this season. You know what I mean? Where like let's say like the graph was there, we was in the middle, so we play like a mixture of both. Alonso's got them playing like short passing style, so it's not too far off. And if Alonso did come in, I reckon it'd be like Carragher was saying, I reckon it'd be in between that.
Yeah, I reckon he'd come more.
So it'll be a little bit in between that.
Well, the thing what I like about Alonso, the thing that makes my mouth fucking water about Alonso, makes me balls tingle about Alonso, lad, is the fact that Trent could potentially play for him.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at like the vision and like the technique and how he could, all them types of passes that he could play, Alonso could do that. You know what I mean?
Even when like, you just see bits of Leverkusen training and he's just knocking balls into people, it's like, lad,
you know what I mean?
That's your manager. You're like, and he's playing with us. That gets you going. You know what I mean?
You think like if like Szoboszlai could benefit off one player, it'd be Gerrard. But if Trent could learn anything about passing from one player in the fucking world, it'd be Alonso. Do you know what I mean? And that's saying something, because I don't even think Trent could learn anything else about passing. But if there is something, Xabi will fucking open your eye to it.
That's
what I mean?
Like what I'm talking about it now. Like it's a foregone conclusion, lad. I'll be honest though, I don't think anyone else is going to answer our prayers.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Like a lot of managers have been through in the arts. Like I used to like Conte, but I just don't think he'd do it for us.
Nah.
I'll be honest. I like Mourinho, but we couldn't have him. Former United, exactly. It's dated. I know why we couldn't have him now, lad. His football's so horrible to watch.
Yeah,
lad. We've been watching attacking football for years, lad.
Watching a fucking
we need a young manager, I think, that's going to come in and just fucking take right over. And I think Alonso's the answer. Yeah. I've seen people saying De Zerbi and that, the Brighton manager, and like, I just don't think he can cut it. Yeah, like going from like Klopp football to Mourinho football would be like going to London on a fast train compared to going to London on a National Express, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Like fucking, it's just a different journey completely. And he brings, like, as someone else said, that he brings too much controversy probably as well. And that's just not what we're about. I don't like managers with egos either, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, and Conte's another one of them. I think like Klopp hasn't got an ego. I think he's just fucking normal and he's very vocal about it. But like, I don't
think he takes himself too seriously, to be honest with you. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But look, speaking of Klopp and the season and that like title race, do you reckon he's going to bag it?
Yeah.
There's,
I said before the ball was kicked this year that we're going to win the league, and a lot of people laughed at me.
I'll be honest, I
lot
said
of
the
them.
opposite.
Did you?
I didn't laugh at you because I fucking know better, but I said to a member,
Be happy with top 4.
yeah, well, one of the lads in our group chat, Ken, said if we say he's one of them, he's like the most fickle footy fan ever. Like he was
cynical
like,
about
it's
everything.
like over exaggerating, like over positive about it. So we win 3-0. He's like an Everton fan, you know what I mean? But a Liverpool fan, you know what I mean? But when they win, they're fucking on top of the world. When they get beat, it's the worst in the world, do you know what I mean? And he said, we signed this to say that we win the league. And I was like, what? I reckon that's the maddest shout ever, me. I said, I reckon you can't be banking on, again,
One
2
player.
thirds of Brighton's midfield to win us the league. And I feel
It's
like...
not like you're saying, it's not like signing Messi, is
no,
it?
no, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like,
not like,
or Mbappe or someone
yeah,
fucking
it's not
who's
like
got
signing someone who's got to score you 30 goals.
And I was a bit like, that's a mad shout, Ken, you know what I mean? His name's not even Ken, but we all know him as Ken. And we have done for a long time, but he was typical, like, Al Grouch, do you know what I mean? Being fucking, nah, lad. But then he was being, what are you on about? I said, lads, I think you're all pissing in the wind. I reckon after last season, it shows me that, like, we've got a bit of a rebuild to do. Players are aging. Like, we've had a lot out the door. We've got not that many coming in. It's going to take a bit of time, but we'll get there. But I said we can get top 4, but when we might win a domestic cup, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, to say that we're outright going to be in it from the start for the league, I feel like we need a little reality check because you might be unhappy this season.
Yeah.
But fit lad, I hold my hand up when I've said, you know, I'm not going to lie and bullshit you and say, oh no, I said we'd win the league as well.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think we would, but like, to be honest,
I'm a bit of an optimist as well. Like,
you
I'll
are
be
like,
honest.
you're an optimist.
I'm like Hanson on Match of the Day. You know what I mean? Start of every season, they ask him who's going to win the league. Even when we were shit and we were coming 8th, he'd still say Liverpool because he's a fucking scouser, even though he's a jock.
Right. Well, I hope I'm not a wool. But, but
and that's the Europa League as well. Like I said, we've got to win that.
Yeah.
We have to win that.
The Europa League, I feel like, that's like, we're odds on to win that. Maybe Leverkusen.
We have to win that.
Maybe Leverkusen.
Leverkusen, I think. Who else has dropped out? There's AC Milan. They dropped out of Newcastle's group.
Benfica and Leverkusen, really.
They're the main ones.
Well,
yeah, we slap Benfica, lad. We've been there several times, lad.
So you reckon we win so you reckon it's a given that we win the league and... Not a given we win the league,
but I said before the season starts, we're going to win the league. I don't even know why, lad. I just had a feeling. Because my dad laughed at me as well, and my uncle.
I didn't think we have, but I mean, I felt like...
I had a feeling that City were going to drop off a bit, lad, because Gundogan's gone. He's the leader in the changing room. Know what I mean?
De Bruyne, lad, though, he's just come back as good as ever, and
It sounds very horrible to say this, but I just hope some little horrible bastard who plays for Sheffield United goes right through his kneecap. And De Bruyne, I really like you, but I
like watching you when...
Yeah, I like watching you when you're not playing against us.
It was nice watching you last season, to be honest, Man City.
Yeah.
Because like we were well out of it, so it was like, you know what, fair play, you know what I mean? Like,
but I just don't think Arsenal have got the minerals, lad, to do it. Arsenal are going to drop points against lesser sides, where us and City will keep beating the lesser sides.
I think that, but I mean, and yet the experience isn't there with Arsenal still, even after last year. I think it's going to be even, because like where they've just beat us and then they've just beat West Ham 6-0, they're on top of the world now. They think they're going to win everything. Yeah, they've just got it. Who's their next game?
They've got a bit hard running.
Burnley away. Burnley playing good footy, but obviously you'd expect Arsenal to do that.
Yeah.
Newcastle, though, could be a game.
Newcastle's a game, lad. That they could beat them.
You know, they're on a good bit.
Is it away as well? Because Newcastle are good at no.
Newcastle are away. At Arsenal.
No. I reckon they get slapped then. St James's Park's not a nice place to go to.
Yeah, obviously City away, we're banking on.
I hope Arsenal beat City and we beat City, so that's 6 points City have dropped, because they are just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And as long as they drop points, I'm happy. Whether I've got them in a last man, lad, it's a double whammy for you there. You know, if you've got City in a last man and you don't go through, it's like, yes, they drop points, even though I'm down a score. Know what I mean?
Fucking hell. But no, do you know what?
But I was looking at that before the end fixtures, lad, and they're not soft. The Prem, no, Hardy. Look at City, lad. City get the nicest little last few games. After you've got last 5 games, Spurs away, that's quite tough, and then Forest away, Wolves at home, Fulham away, West Ham at home.
Forest away is not the easiest of games.
No, it's not like, and then Arsenal's is not nice. Villa, Wolves, Spurs away, Bournemouth, United away, Everton.
Could be a big...
I think our last three are quite tough, to be honest. Spurs, obviously we should beat Spurs. Villa away is our game, lad. And why have we got Wolves at home again on the last game of the season?
3 times lucky, lad. 3 times lucky.
Best
3 times lucky, lad.
Best that beat, lad. I hate Conor Cody from that last game of the season as well.
Do you know what, lad? He wound me up there himself. And
yeah, lad, I was looking at it thinking, you little rat, you're meant to be a red. You little lizard.
He wound me up in the fucking derby as well when he scored that disallowed goal. That was funny.
And he's proper celebrating.
Yeah, that's what I was like, lad, you were a Liverpool fan, but do you know what? He's half got on me in the past over the tunes and that away from footy, so I've half got a soft spot for him. You know how it is, Pad, lad.
Yeah,
you know
of
what I mean?
course.
Like fucking, but...
I just hope as well, this League Cup final, the best be a goal.
Europa League final. So we're going to do the Europa, you reckon? I think.
Yeah, we're going to do the Europa. And at the FA Cup, if we keep getting nice draws, we'll get to the final of that as well, lad.
I'd rather take, if we're going to win the Europa final, I'd rather take Bayer Leverkusen over 2 legs than meeting them in the final, to be honest with you.
Yeah, good shout.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I reckon if that's
Get them at Anfield.
Yeah, get them at Anfield. Let Xavi know what he...
I'd rather AC Milan get them and knock them out or something.
Yeah, obviously that's the ideal thing.
Alonso.
But if we are going to have to play them, I'd want to play them with over 2 legs.
Yeah.
League Cup final.
It's just best to have a goal in it, lad. You probably went that League Cup final.
Last 2, one is the FA Cup as well.
I missed the FA Cup because I was in America. The FA Cup final that season.
That was the same.
Before the end of the season that year, weren't it?
Yeah.
Because I got home for the last game and lad, that 0-0, them 0-0 games. As my dad says, lad, if you're in a league game and it's 0-0, no one should get a point. That's how you fix dirty, horrible little shit teams.
Parking the bus. Yeah.
0-0, you shouldn't get a point, lad. You shouldn't get a point for 0-0 because you haven't tried to win the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm good with that,
just to be devil's advocate though, what if you're Nuñez and you've hit the bar 6 times?
You haven't scored.
I know, but
so you don't get a point.
Have you parked the bus there though and been a shit house, or have you
but the other team probably has.
Fair play.
Oh man. And if you can't break them down, you don't deserve a point either. Like it was against United, we didn't deserve a point, lads, and they definitely didn't deserve a point.
I'm not going to sit here and take it on, lads, and I'm definitely not going to sit here and take Mark Pimblett on either. Do you know what I mean, lads? Fucking not a chance, lad, because I reckon I'll be put in my place quite quickly. Yeah, so the run to the final, we've had, obviously you talked about that supposedly naughty effort.
Yeah, that Leicester one, lad, that was a ridiculous
then
effort.
Then the Nuñez effort against Bournemouth.
Nuñez when he got laughed at and then scored and won.
Put it in the top bin, that's just Darwin Nuñez all over. The West Ham game, fucking hell, that was probably one of our best home performances of the season.
We slapped them. Yeah. Absolutely slapped them.
Again, a good goal from Supposedly, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Good finish. We ended up winning 5-1 there, didn't we?
A few rockets there. Fulham.
And then Fulham over 2 legs. It was a bit shaky, like, but we done them.
Yeah, done a job, you know what I mean?
I'll be honest though, I hope he plays Alisson in the final.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He played Kellerin in the last one.
I know, that's what I mean. He did in the League Cup last like 2 years ago, but I hope he plays Alisson this time.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to go to pens, I hope Alisson's on the pitch, like, you know what I mean?
Like that 2 seasons ago, Kelleher looked unbelievable last season, and this season's looked a bit shaky.
I do like I think he's boss with the ball at his feet and that. I just think he's not a presence like Alisson is. I think
like that 4-3 against Fulham. Yeah. That's not 4-3 with Alisson and goal.
No, I think the thing is, even like people look at that header the other day that Burnley scored, and some people are saying Alisson saved that. You know what I mean? I think it was a great header. I did, but I heard some people saying they think Ali saved that. No. Is that just because he's a bit bigger? You know what I mean? And because he's, you know what I mean?
Well, fucking hell, Jordan Pickford's got no chance then, has he?
Has he
fucking hell, lad.
Well, but you know.
Little arms.
He hasn't, you know, they're not fucking, I don't need to say nothing on him, lad. Do you know
lad, what's this to you though, lad? This looks like a belter. The fan challenge.
Yeah, right, so has anyone got a coin?
Yeah, lad, I think I've got some coins in my pocket here. Got some 50p's or something.
Yeah, so we're going to do this thing where we'll pick a 5-a-side team, including a manager and a substitute. So you got a goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, forward, player 5, another player. So there's 7? 1,
6 players and a manager.
6. Yeah, 6 players and a manager. And whoever flips the coin gets the first pick. And you don't need to go in order. You can choose your manager first, or you can choose.
Yeah.
One manager's got to be Klopp, one's got to be Shankly in it. Let's have it like, you know what I mean? The thing, it's all Liverpool. and it can be from any side. And then
We'll just go one each.
do you want to just go one
Just
each?
go one each,
One
innit?
each sound. And then
What are you saying then, heads or tails?
tails never fails.
Yeah, I would have went heads anyway.
It always fails though.
Oh.
He's fucking black. He's
I
cool
just
that
fucked it there. I think it was going to be heads that as well. Heads. Nice that.
Tails always fucking fails. Go ahead, lads.
I'm first. See, I wouldn't have went Shankly, lad. I would have went Paisley, me. To be honest, because you won more, didn't he?
You going Paisley then, yeah?
No, I'm going to go Jurgen, lad.
You
I'm
couldn't.
going to have to go
Yeah,
Jurgen.
you couldn't. So
Yeah, my manager's Jurgen, lad.
Correct.
Got a pen, we'll write that in.
I've already fronted it now and said it's going to be Jurgen and Shankly, haven't I? So I'm going to have to back myself up. Shankly built the club, so not that I've ever been around for him, like, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll go first, Shankly. Where do you going next?
Well, I'm half glad you've picked the manager next because the only goalkeeper I can pick, obviously you can go with Ray Clemens and that, but I never seen him play, so I'm going back. Alisson in goal.
I'll go Clemens because I was told he was the best ever, and I met him once. Well, I met him a few times actually before he passed, and him and his missus, and he was one of the nicest ex-footballers I've ever met. So for that, Ray, you know, wherever you are up there, mate, you're
Nice
in me,
that.
you're in me.
No, it's funny though, to be honest, because where I've picked them and Jamie's just went manager and goalkeeper after me, I can just keep picking what I want to pick. He's fucked it there. I thought he was going to like go a defender, so I'm going Verge.
Verge. See now. Oh, you've only got one
you can
defender.
go in any
You've
order,
only got
can't
one
you?
defender, so your defender's picked. I might. We'll have to check
I was
what
going to say, is Trent going to go down as a defender or not? Or is he going to go down as a midfielder? Or
could he be player
he
five?
could be player 5, like, yeah. He
Player
could be
five, Trent.
Like you did,
Yeah,
player
player
5,
five,
yeah.
Trent is utility man.
Well, yeah. Midfielder, Gerrard.
Okay, I'll go my midfielder. It's tough. Can I put Dalglish in midfield?
Can I put Dalglish in midfield? Fuck off,
He
lad.
played just behind the striker like Gerrard did, lad. Dalglish, Russ, Gerrard, Torres. If you're not giving me Dalglish, I'll go Souness. Do we get Dalglish though?
I don't know, does he get Dalglish for midfield?
Nah,
does he's a forward,
if
doesn't he?
Dan's pulling his face, then I'll have to swerve it because he knows more about this shit than me. So yeah, go ahead, I'll go Souness in midfield. I reckon I've been conned out of this already. To
Yeah,
be
you're
fair.
half out, to be fair. But
But,
know what's funny? The older generation will pick his team.
Yeah, but how
And
many
the younger
older people are going to watch
The younger
this?
generation are going to pick mine.
How many older people know how to hit the vote button on Twitter or Instagram?
I know you're not right. My half fella wouldn't know where,
Yeah,
but he'd
exactly.
definitely pick your team. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Go ahead,
So, forward. In fact, I still player 5. No, forward for me is going to be Suarez. The best person I have ever seen in a Liverpool shirt, probably.
Same, but I'll have to go Salah.
Ah, you bastard. I was going to go player 5, Salah. Bastard. Yeah, in fact, who do I need to pick now
You
then?
need to
I
pick
need
your
me
ma-
player 5. And you need to pick your defender, don't you?
Yeah.
Who's me player 5? You've picked Trent, haven't you?
Yeah, man.
He's done me dirty there. I don't know like what type of player to pick. You don't know where to go like a Robbo for another defender. Don't know where to go as Xabi Alonso for another midfielder.
Lad, I'm not giving you no ideas, lad. You do you.
Eat shit, lad.
I'm in for the fucking win here, lad. So go on, lad. Who's not in your team? Who is? Who's your player 5, lad? We'll have to recap all these at the end because I'm
know.
fucking glues in my team, yeah.
But I'll let you pick defender because it's
No,
not
it's
going to be a
your pick,
defender.
lad.
I know
You
it is,
said go on
but
each one.
I'm on player 5 where you've picked all your others now. You can pick a defender. I'm not picking a defender, so you can have a defender.
Alan Hansen,
Yeah, that's a good one. Like
never on his knees.
my player 5's got my head chocker-y, you know. Chocker though.
I reckon like who wins this rests on your player 5, you know.
Like, I don't know, to just go one of my favourite players and go like a Patrick Berger or something. But nah, it's
You've
fuck
got to
it.
be in for the win, though, lad, haven't you?
Xavi Alonso, lad.
Xavi
Maybe
Alonso,
player
lad,
5
that's
because then
it.
I've got Van Dijk, Alonso, Gerrard, Suarez,
Right, so your team is
Alisson,
Alisson
Van Dijk, Alonso, Gerrard, Suarez.
with Klopp as the manager.
Yeah.
And
And then we need a sub as well. Like,
yeah, well, my sub Is Origi.
Eddie.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Big game, lads. You telling me he's not going to come on and do the business, lad?
No, you're right, like.
You tell me that, lad.
I'll have super sub then, Davy Fairclough.
Yeah, at least you pick someone from the older generation there to get the oldies on side. So, yeah, so my goalkeeper's Clements, my defender's Anson, my midfielder's Trent. No, it's not.
No, that's your player 5. The midfielder was Souness, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Souness, Salah, Trent, and then Shankly as manager, and Origi as sub.
And then my team is Alisson, Verge, Gerrard, Alonso, Suarez, substitute, super sub, Big Davy.
Yeah.
And then Jurgen as the manager.
Yeah, I reckon your starting 11 probably wins, but like when I bring Origi on, lad, anything can happen, lad.
Anything can happen. Never forget that last minute goal at Anfield.
No, it's so many of them.
That one, the Everton one.
The last minute,
Everton one just rings like it's just the best one.
I think that's the first goal I've ever celebrated with just sheer laughter. I didn't even when I realised that it got in.
Started laughing.
It took me that long to realise that the goal had fucking got in. I just burst out laughing. And lads,
the funniest thing about that is, lad, Van Dijk volleys it and he goes, and he's fuming, and he's jogging back to his own half and then turns around and just goes, what the fuck has that just happened that we've scored?
Klopp's on the pitch.
I'll never forget that. That was one of the sickest games ever.
But the only other time I've laughed at the goals when Igor Biscan scored an absolute screaming against Fulham away, and I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
That just happened?
Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Oh, would have been a good sub there. He was too good for us at the time when we was kids. Yari Littmanen.
Lad, you would have been a good sub there, but you fucked it.
He was too good for us at the time.
I'd say Fairclough obviously is more esteemed.
Yeah, exactly.
Know what I mean? You've picked right, I'd say. But look, you decide who wins this. Come on, like, he's only fucking new to boss. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been here for ages, so fucking...
He's trying to pull on your heartstrings and get the sympathy vote to you.
A win's a win at the end of the day. It's hard to do it with my album and it didn't work, so I'll fucking...
Sick,
I'll say with this one, look, the nights and the days that we've had together, you know what I mean? This is a perfect blend of old and new.
Just think of the nights and the days that Alisson, Xabi Alonso, Verge, Gerrard, Suarez have give you, and Jurgen.
Yeah, well, remember fucking Shankly, who built it, wouldn't be here without him, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I was going to say Paisley never got a mention there, but Paisley, if you would have picked Jurgen, I would have went Paisley personally. I know Shankly built it, but Paisley won us 3 European Cups and about 6 league titles in fucking 8 years or something.
Yeah, I just feel like Paisley was obviously undoubtedly one of the, if not the greatest manager we've ever had, probably in terms of trophy recaps.
Trophies
but like, I feel like if you were going to war, right? And I know we're footballers. I know we're not footballers, but I know they're footballers. But if you were going to war and you were in the Liverpool side, and you had to go and literally fight with your fists on the pitch, you know for a fact that Shanks and Jurgen would have had the sleeves rolled up right next to Endo.
Yeah, they would have, like, they would have been ready. Just like, let's do this then.
You know what I mean? But you know, Paisley would have been like stood at the back sending fucking horses around the outside, you know, just to flank them out with boss tactics. And he'd all just be, and he wouldn't have to lift a finger, do you know what I mean? He'd just be eating his pasty, you know what I mean? Just buzzing, do you know what I mean? So
drinking his Bovril.
Yeah, that was my thing. It was like Jurgen would lead us into battle, and I feel like Shankly was the last one to lead us into battle.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean there.
Yeah, you need to comment who won this challenge, basically.
Usual vote who won that challenge, who's picked the best five-a-side team, you know what I mean? And then I can't really pick all them other players that you picked, like, because it's like you've never really watched them, you know what I mean?
But like, to be fair, like, I'm not going to try and say, I'm a big Liverpool nerd and that, but when I used to go on school holidays to me nan and granddad's, and they had the...
all videos.
The videos, Liverpool
VHS.
FC and his origins.
I'm on, yeah.
Fucking Liverpool FC, the history of Liverpool FC, Ian Rush, all 346 goals, all of them sort of things. I used to study them like the Bible, lad, you know, when I was a kid, lad, and I could have told you, like, you know, fucking back in the day, lad, I probably could have told you how many goals Craig Johnston scored for Liverpool.
I know what
do you know what I mean?
Lad.
I was one of them kids.
We used to always get them, like, the season recap on video.
Yeah, no,
remember, I always used to have the 2001 one when we won the fake treble.
Fake treble.
Lad, I used to just have that on all the time, lad, on repeat. That final against Alaves.
Lad, Fowler final, lad, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I say, fucking...
Yeah, you know the score, people. Like, comment, subscribe, and then you'll be up to date with all the new episodes that are coming out, because in the future, the next episodes that are coming, we'll have some guests that you'll know their faces.
Yeah.
Believe that.
Yeah, when you give us some guest requests, don't think small. And this isn't taking any time away from, you know, the working man trying to do something with himself. This is just like, this podcast is for, you know, let's see what mad Liverpool fans we've got out there who do some of the best things in the world. Let's get some of the maddest ex-players that you've always wanted to hear stories from. No, give us a shout and we'll ask them some funny shit. Do you know what I mean? And we'll...
you never know. Yeah. I'll see if I can DM LeBron. See if LeBron wants to come on.
Yeah, we'll get LeBron.
Just get blanked dead fast.
And then get Jurgen. Well, you blanked him first though, lad, didn't you?
No, that was Shaq. That was Shaq.
Oh, well, maybe.
I felt terrible when I noticed that. Like, I had big Shaq blank for like 6 months. That was messy.
First world problems then, lad, aren't they, lad? Fucking hell.
Yeah, lad.
Yeah. But like I say, let us know. And nice one for watching.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching, people. We'll see you soon.
All the best up the Reds.